Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris, and today I got in a bootleg. It's kind of interesting because I don't normally buy bootleg of anything, and I grabbed a bootleg of this thing. This is freaking awesome. The original version from Mafex costs way too much money, and I would never spend anywhere near that amount. Even retail for most of these is like 80 bucks, and that's way too much for a 6-inch scale figure, in my opinion. But this thing right here was 20 bucks. This is a fantastic buy for $20, man. Like, what the this is insane. It mimics Mafex pretty well. I actually grabbed this one on eBay. I know that a lot of people recommend AliExpress, which I just tried for the first time. I actually grabbed these other bootlegs, which I'll show you right now. And the first one that I got was this Spider-Man, and this is literally how it came. There was no box for it. It's just in the shell with the stand loose. And then in the same shipping bag was this thing, and it's completely obliterated. So yeah, in the same bag I bought this too, and again, while this one actually has a box and it's more intact than the other one, it's still crushed, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is battle damaged beyond belief. And then there's this guy right here, which I'm still kind of miffed at. Like, this was, what the fuck happened? Like, this is literally how all of these came. And I bought these 4 on AliExpress. They got shipped in a bag and look like they got the ever-loving crap kicked out of them on their way here. So, would I recommend buying anything off of AliExpress? I'm not sure. If that's the way that they're all packaged, then no. Go to like a seller or something like that on eBay and grab it from there. I'm sure they've got these things. I just noticed that these are both CT toys, whereas these 3 right here are Mafex knockoffs. So yeah, and if you wanted a video on all of those knockoffs, let me know. I could do a separate video for each one, but for right now, I'm just gonna focus on Wolverine. And just to be clear, all of the knockoffs, including this Wolverine here, the money that I spent was still slightly less than what one Mafex would have cost me at retail. Let that sink in a little bit. It's crazy. So bang for your buck. If you don't care about the boxes and things like that, going bootleg is probably the way to go at this point because they're so good. But if you want the real deal, which I completely understand, then be prepared to shell out some cash. But either way, this is the box right here. This is the side of the box. The back of the box is so dope. The other side of the box, this just looks awesome. I do love the Mafex boxes and the CT boxes, obviously, which if you wanted a side-by-side legit bootleg, but I just love that they, you know, mimic the comics. It's so cool. But inside the package is this. So we've got the, you know, the stand that it comes with. So once put together, it's just one of these. And then inside the clamshell, we've got these clawed hands that look utterly fantastic. Like, I can't believe that they look this good. And then we have 2 open hands, or relaxed hands, whatever you want to call that. An alternate smirking masked head, the mask down. And then this is the one drawback to the whole thing. Like, this face looks awful. So yeah, not that I want my Wolverines to have the mask down anyways. I think that with his mask on, he looks best. And that's how I'd pose him, and that's how I put him on my shelf, which is exactly how he comes here. And this thing is just fantastic. Like, I am still impressed, honestly, that this is a bootleg. This thing is so good. It's got every point of articulation that the regular Mafex has. The only difference is that it's a little bit tight. So like some of the joints, like the butterfly joints, you really gotta like force to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta like actually pull it out if you want to utilize them and stuff like that, which isn't a big deal as long as you're aware of that. But like, again, fresh out the box, it was very tight. Like that sound that you hear, like these joints are super snug. It makes me a little concerned for like, what if they break? But as long as you're like careful with it and you're not like wrenching everything around, it should be okay. I don't love the pegs that they come with. They look really fragile and everything like that. And that is the same thing as the regular, you know, like actual legit Mafex figures. So those ones, they're just a little sketchy, you know what I mean? Like, they're these little tiny pegs that are attached by a sliver of plastic. But once everything is on and together, like, man, this is a killer toy, dude. Like, you can pose him in any way that you can see fit, any way that you can think. Our paint application's perfect. Like, when you look underneath and things like that, no. But for 20 bucks, who fucking cares? Like, this thing is killer. This, and I'm just being honest here, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but this would, and I already get deterred from buying Mafex as it is. I only have Cyclops that we've reviewed on this channel. I have the Tiger Stripe suit Wolverine, and then I also have, which he's back, he's right there on the corner, and it's the Azrael Batman. Those are the only Mafexes that I have, and they were all really expensive, man, and I would I just don't spend that type of money on action figures unless it's like a very select character. The Wolverine I got used, so it was cheap. I think I got him for like 40 bucks. So this $20 knockoff route is my way of going about like getting these. I don't know if I will ever buy a legitimate Mafex again if CT Toys keeps coming out with bootlegs like this. Like I might just buy these instead. Like they just look better. Or I wouldn't say they look better. They look the same and they're way cheaper. But as far as articulation goes, he's got a small like neck, you know, ball joint or whatever. This thing is a little sketchy trying to get on there. It's like, I don't know. It's just not as snug as like a Marvel Legend ball joint. But then again, neither are my other Mafexes, so it is what it is. But that's on the ball joint. The neck is also on its own, so that's kind of like difficult to move. Like I was saying, you've got the butterfly joints, you've got the shoulders, bicep swivel, double joints at the elbows. These double joints are awesome because they're super easy to use. You do have the ability to turn or pivot the hand, and then there's a pin in there that you know will go like this. Very sketchy though because of that little tiny peg, so I don't want to like move them too much. You've got a ball joint at the top of the torso as well as at the midsection, so that's pretty awesome. You got the drop down hips, very tight though, very tight. Little sketchy, little sketchy. Double joints at the knees, boot swivel, believe it or not. That's not on my yellow tiger stripe Wolverine that's back there on the shelf. And then the feet have the like little rockers. They've got the toe articulation as well as the hinge as well. Yeah, I don't love the neck. And this is just common on Mafex figures in general, but the neck is like, maybe this one's just really stiff, and that's the thing that I don't love, like trying to get this in a position that I like, and then I've got to like get the head back on the ball joint, and that doesn't feel secure. It just feels like it just lays on there. But once that's done though, can't tell me that that's not sick as hell, because it is. So yeah, man, the way that these things look, again, I don't know if this would kill Mafex's business because Mafex has resale value that, you know, the bootlegs probably won't, but this will kill resale value for sure on something like this. Like, why would you spend up to $400 on a figure when you can get the same overall look for 20 bucks? Like, why? This thing is so sick. Like, I barely did anything and he just looks cool. You know what I mean? Like, this is just, that's how you know that an action figure is badass, man. When you barely do anything, you didn't even pose him in anything cool yet, and he looks sick. He looks awesome. Oh my gosh. He looks so good. If you can, grab this. I, again, grabbed mine from eBay. So just from an eBay seller, you just look up CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine. You'll see it, trust me. It's pretty easy to find. If you want to go the AliExpress route, they're a little bit cheaper. Not by much, but just a little bit. However, that shipping is mad weird, dude. Like, I do not love my boxes being like crushed. Whoever the seller was for this thing on eBay actually like bubble wrapped it and double boxed it, so like the thing came in really nice. But sound off below and let me know what you think about the bootleg CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine. Are you 100% against bootlegs, or are you like, bro, if they look that good, then fuck it? Because I'm telling you, this is really hard to say no to. Even those other ones that I got, they all look hella good. They look just like the real thing. They feel like the real thing. They move like the real thing. All the accessories are like the real thing. Why would I pay some reseller when I could just pay 20 bucks? Like, why? Why would I do that? I don't know. But feel free to sound off below and let me know your thoughts on these things. Are you retail or nothing? Are you resale above bootleg? Or are you like, man, bootleg's cheaper than both? I'm going that way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate you guys. I will see y'all on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.